My name is Brenda Prophete, and I did my project on And the Social Dance by Wakao Yamachi. So, in the play And the Social Dance by Wakao Yamachi, the author himself really explores the hardships and struggles that many Japanese immigrants had to deal with when they came to America in the 1930s. So, during the 1930s, it was around the Great Depression time. So, a lot of Japanese immigrants had came to America to get a better life for their families, but ended up in return getting a lot of racism and discrimination. So the play itself also dives deep into the attitude shift in some of the characters from wanting to come to the United States to achieve a better life for their family to actually wanting to go back to Japan gaining a deeper appreciation for their origin because of the way they were treated in the United States. So for my project, I focused on two specific scenes, which was Act 1, and one of the scenes was Act 1, Scene 3. For this scene, it was during the rising action when Aka was scolding Amiko. The audience should feel the rejection of love, kindness, and passion. So I wanted the audience to really feel the effects of this loveless marriage and the gloom associated with it. My idea for the set design was to keep it very simple and minimalistic, and I really wanted to focus more on making the set a house rather than a home, because if it was a home, that would mean that there was love between these two characters when there isn't. So one of the first ideas I had for it was the flooring plan, which was the weathered wood floor that I had for the front patio, which is where I imagined this scene would be. So during the 1930s, a lot of Japanese immigrants could not own homes, so there was really no room for renovations or anything like that, so a lot of their houses would not be in the best condition, hence why I chose these floor plans. In the next slide, I chose the screen door that I wanted for the home, and like I said, I wanted to keep it simple, minimalistic, so this is what I had envisioned the screen door to look like. Moving on, like I said, I wanted the house to be not in the best quality, a little rundown, so I chose these wall plans for the house to be like weathered and broken down. As mentioned in the play earlier, the house was weathered down, so this is why I chose these walls. Then I have the bench for which was in the front patio, which was able to seat 3 to 4 people. I wanted it broken down as well. Not completely broken down. It was in good enough condition as to where they can sit on it, but it wasn't in the best condition due to them not having that much money, and they were farmers, and so it is not the best quality wood. Then I have the screen window. All the furniture I have for this scene, I wanted it to be wood because it is a good representation of the amount of money they had at the time, the conditions they were living at the time. So this is the screen door that I had, the screen window, I'm sorry. And in earlier scenes, Amiko is seen walking back and forth from the screen window, and I wanted the screen window to be behind the bench. So going along with the idea of having a weathered down floors, walls, I also wanted the roof to depict this as well because, like I said, they did not live in the best conditions. So the next idea I had for the set design, even though this is not necessarily like part of the set, it's a prop, but the bottle of sake, because I felt like it had a very strong importance to the scene because Amiko was gaining such warmth and comfort from this bottle of sake, and it just shows how much her marriage was bringing her pain and suffering that she had to resort to gaining comfort and warmth from this bottle of sake. Then I have the lantern for the scene, which was able to keep the house lit, and I didn't make it too big, I didn't make it too small. I wanted it to be this size because I wanted just enough light just to show really the characters. I didn't want to place much emphasis on the house, which further explains why I wanted to create this as a house rather than a home. And I have the singular wooden chair that Aka is seen sitting on in a scene before, but it's also in this scene as well. And I also have how I wanted the front of the house to look itself, like the ground, the floor. So they lived in a prairie or like desert type landscape. So this is what I imagine the landscape to look like. So like the dirt on the ground in front of the house, this is what I imagine like the front of the house to look. So moving on to the second scene that I chose for this project, I chose Act 2, Scene 6, and this is the resolution of the play. And I felt that the audience should be left with a sense of sorrow for Miko as her desperation and hope fades and her sense of acceptance rolls in. So after she had tried to get more money, it didn't work out. So this is really where it's just she is finding, in my interpretation of it, that she is finding acceptance that her life is the way it is right now, and there's truly nothing she can do about it as of right now. So in this scene, it is very minimal set for it. So I just have the background, the desert background for it, the two ideas I have for it, and I also have the shrub slash bush that Masako was seen hiding behind when she had seen Amiko dancing. And that is all I have for my project, and thank you.